Hi everyone, my name is Jordan Krzwicki and this is my introduction video. So the subject that I want to teach in is language arts. That's always been my favorite subject in school growing up, so I thought, why not teach that? And what goes along with that, obviously, is my major, English. I just like reading and writing. I think it's interesting, and I also would rather do that than math and science because that stuff's hard. So that's why I chose that. Two interesting facts about me is I love coffee and going to Disneyland. So the picture on the left is a coffee that I made at home. I love trying new coffees, especially pumpkin spice coffee because it just came out. And I drink it almost every day, which is probably not good, but oh well. And the second picture is me at Disneyland. I've had a pass since I was a baby before I could remember, and I always go, just me and my mom. We have a great time. So that's our special thing we like to do. For my second slide, I'm going to be talking about why I want to be a teacher. So I've always had super inspiring teachers growing up. From elementary school, middle school, high school, I honestly couldn't say that I've had a bad teacher. The picture that you see on the slide is me and my elementary school teacher from grade, fourth grade, and sixth grade. She kept switching grades, and I loved her so much. She really made me love school. She made it fun. She had a bond with me, and we made a connection. And I felt as though she really supported me in my academic journey. She made an impact on me. So she's one of the reasons I want to teach. I was also lucky enough to have really supportive parents when it came to school. They had an expectation that I need to do well in school in order to get to college, have a successful future, but they also were always there no matter what to support me. If I needed help with homework, after school activities, a project, they were always there. And that obviously made a really good impact on how I viewed education. So making a difference matters. So when I was little, used to not really get when students would be all like, oh, I don't like school. I don't have time for that. It's dumb. I used to kind of view it as like, oh, that's weird. Why wouldn't you like it? As I got older, I realized not everyone had the same viewpoint of school as me. Some kids had bad teachers. They had a lot going on at home. They didn't, have that support system that I was lucky enough to have. So as I realized that, I saw how important it was to not just support students who were good in school, but especially the ones who weren't and really needed that extra support because everyone has something going on in their life. As I realized that, I saw that I wanted to be that person to help all the kids out in school. I also had really fun in school. I enjoyed it. I had cool teachers, cool friends, cool people who were like in the classes that I liked. So I think if you make school fun, then you can have fun. So I also want to show that mindset when I teach because that's what I had. As my last slide, I'm talking about two traits that will help me teach. I wanted to go with something a little bit different because I feel like saying organized, responsibility, you got to have that as a teacher. So I went a little bit different. So the first one is creativity. I feel like I've always had a creative side growing up. I've liked drawing, writing stories, making cool projects, like all the kinds of things. I had a YouTube channel growing up. So, anyways, I think that makes an impact on how students want to learn. Um, if you're teaching something boring and just looking at the same worksheets over and over, you're not going to want to do that. I don't want to do that right now. So I think that creative side, I can implement it in the classroom to make work fun. So on the left is a picture of a somewhat recent project that I've done. You had to pick, I think it was like the work we were working on with Edgar Allan Poe, do any project to show how it connects with his work. So I did an Instagram page to show like the themes, the moods in his work, and that kind of connected with current time. Everyone's obsessed with social media. It's an addiction at this point, but it's something that's going on. So I think if you show things to students that they like, such as social media like this, and connect it to the work, they will want to do that work. So I think that creativity will help. The second picture is a picture of me and my old high school cheer team. So I was one of a few captains, and we had a ton of responsibilities. We had to create dances, performances, organize practices, and overall lead. So when I say my trait is determination, I don't mean it necessarily with me. I mean it with the students and being determined that they can do good. So when I was captain, I was always determined that my team could do great. And of course, when we started at the beginning, it was hard. Practices were 100 degrees. It was hard to get into that rhythm of creating good routines and working out. And it's difficult. And there were some girls that couldn't tumble, or they'd say, I can't do this dance good, or I don't know if I'm up for the task. And I would always be the one captain who'd be super determined and be like, you can do this, like, we're not going to give up, because determination is so important. So I really displayed that as a captain. And I think that as a teacher, I can show that determination within my students, because everyone needs a push, and everyone needs to know that they can do anything if they put their mind to it. So that concludes my presentation. Thank you for watching.